Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're sub for the first time, you're welcome. My name is Tishelana. Today's video is going to be a what's in my bag video. Now the bag I'm talking about is no other bag but my makeup bag. Yes, this is my makeup bag or makeup purse, anyone you want to call it. Alright guys, if I talk about what I have in my makeup bag, I want to talk about this makeup bag particularly. I love this bag because it is actually big in size. It's big enough to accommodate my makeup products, at least the ones I would need if I'm traveling or just when I'm in the house and I want to do my makeup. It's big enough to accommodate it. I love the fact that it has a hand. I don't like makeup bags that do not have a hand, and I think this bag is something that it doesn't have to necessarily be for makeup products. You can use it for any other thing you want to use, but I use it for my makeup. It has this net detail on it, so it's kind of transparent. You can see most of the products inside. I don't know if it's coming up on camera, but you can see some of the products I have inside the bag, and I loved the fact that it's black in color. There were other colors when I went to and purchase this, but I chose black because one thing with makeup is that they can easily stain things. They can easily stain things, so I don't want a situation whereby when the bag is stained and I try to wash it off, the stain is still lingering there and it gives it a different kind of awful look. So that's why I chose black color. Now in no particular order, the first product I'm going to bring out here is my waterproof setting spray. It is actually a spray that you apply after your actual setting spray, and what it does, it simply is transfer proof. It makes your makeup to stay on even if you smudge your face or use your face to touch something. The makeup doesn't transfer to that thing. I don't know if you get. So I usually use this as the last product. I'm not recommending any particular product, but this one does what it says it does. So, but I feel like there are other waterproof setting spray in the market that they're actually good. So this is what I have. It's always the last thing I spray on. The next thing I have is my finishing powder or setting powder. Any powder actually in particular does the job. I'm using this one from Kiss Beauty. I am very pro affordable products. I'm that kind of person that go for affordable product. If it does what it says, what you need it to do, then why not? So I'm using this one by Kiss Beauty. Mind you, I'm a makeup artist, so these are not the only products I have. I have a lot of other brands and a lot of other products, but this is what I have in my makeup purse or bag currently. So this product, I like it because it's actually a 2-in-1 powder. So you have powder here and then you have another one here, if you can see it. So yes, this is my finishing powder. It's actually a compact finishing powder. I have shea butter here because my hands tends to get dry a lot, and I'm supposed to using oils. I prefer to use this shea butter. So yes, I apply this on my hands. I apply it on my feet as well, any part of my body or my hair. Shea butter, just a shea butter. So I always have it in my purse. And then I have this bottle. I turn water into it. I would most time use water to set my makeup. I most times will use water to set my makeup. Now, the essence of applying or sprinting your face with water is just to dice down, to reduce the powdery effect of the makeup you have on, so you don't have that white appearance. So you can use water, you can use your setting spray, but most time I always use water. I barely use my setting spray on myself. So yes. Next I have is my powder. I use this powder to kind of bronze my face. It's actually a darker shade. Obviously bronzers are darker shades, so I use this powder to bronze up my face every single time because I like the tone it gives me. This particular one, there are several bronzing powder obviously, but I like the tone that one gives me, hence I have it. Here I have my oil block mattifier from Zaron. I have oily face, right? I think as I've grown older, I noticed that my face is tilting towards oily to combination. So it's not as oily as it used to be, but it is still oily if you compare it to other people that have normal skin. I have very oily skin on my face. The rest of my body is normal to dry skin, but on my face it's oily. So I will always go for things that will help to mattify, my makeup, make my face less oily. It's not like I hate the oil, but sometimes when you have makeup on and then your face is shining too much, somehow your face is looking too oily somehow. So yes, I have this here. The next thing I have here is my primer. I use primer, and I always try to go for a matte finishing primer. So I always have a primer here. What I do is I have my moisturizer on my face, and then I follow it with a primer. Now the essence of a primer is that it grips your makeup to your skin. Yes, it does. And this primer I use does the job very well. Next, I have my wipe. I always have a wipe. I don't think there's any person that does makeup that doesn't use wipe. I always have my wipe in my purse to take off my makeup or to clean the surfaces on my hands anytime I'm done with the makeup, because it will always stain me. So I always have a wipe here, very portable wipe here in my purse. Then I have my setting powder. Setting powders are usually loose powder, but I can improvise by using my finishing powder, which is a compact powder. But I have my setting powder here, which I use to set my under eyes and just part of my face that I need to be set. I have my lip oil here, lip gloss, lip oil, anyone you call it. I prefer to have a shiny lip as opposed to a just lipstick on my lips. I will always have lipstick and then go over it with my lip oil or lip gloss. Next, I have our foundations. I don't use a particular foundation. I always combine foundations. I don't have a problem with using a particular foundation, but if I want to go for perfect undertone, perfect color, that's complexion for my complexion, then I always will have to mix. But if I don't want to do that, I can just use one foundation. So I usually mix about 2 to 3 foundations to get my undertone and to match my complexion. So yes, I have my concealer here. This concealer, I use it for underneath my eyebrows to highlight the edge, the arc area of my eyebrows if I want it to pop more. But most times I might just skip this and use the other concealer I have here, which is this concealer. I might just keep this concealer and then go on to use this ultra, because this concealer is closer to my skin tone than this. This is, to highlight the arc area, so it's always a lighter concealer compared to this. So I might skip this, but I never skip this. So those are concealers. What else do I have? I always have my eyebrow pencils in my purse here for my brows and for my lips as well. Then I always have a spoolie brush. I use it to press in the hairs, press in my eyebrow hairs after applying my eyebrow gel or my lash glue to my brows, and that is to ensure that my brows lay flat on my face. They are not sticking out. I have my mascara. I really love this mascara, and I would actually recommend. I know I said I don't recommend mascaras, but this, I really love this mascara. And yeah, I always apply mascara on my lashes before applying my false lashes. That's if I have false lashes on. Most times I'm not on false lashes, but if I do have false lashes on, I always apply this. If I don't have false lashes on, I also always apply this. So yes, that's my mascara. And I have my lipsticks. These are my go-to lipsticks, right? The lipstick combo I will always have on my lip. It's either a nude lip or an orange lipstick. This is an orange lipstick. I will always pair it with a peach lipstick to give me an ombre effect, or I go with just a cocoa brown lipstick. I don't know where that lipstick is now, but I have, okay, yes, yeah, I have a cocoa brown lipstick that I can also go for as well. This is Black Opal lipstick, and I use that with my peach lipstick to give it an ombre effect, and then I go over it obviously with my lip gloss. What else do I have? I have this brush here. This is another mascara wand or a spoolie brush, anyone you want to call it, and I like this because it's actually a dry one. There's no mascara on it. I always leave it dry. I don't use it to touch any mascara. I always use this to brush my eyebrow hair or to brush my lashes. Now I always brush my lashes with this, that is dry brush it, with this before using my mascara or my lashes. So the essence of me using this is just to open up my lashes, right? To open up the lashes so that the ones that are clogged together just spread open for me to be able to maximize the effect of my mascara. So I have that there, and then I have my brow pomade. Any brand would do. I have my brow pomade here, but I realized that they don't work as well as applying a lash glue, so I would usually go for a lash glue, but sometimes I go for my brow pomade. I have my concealer here. I have been using LA Pro concealer for years. I don't know if I would say ever since I started doing makeup. That was in 2015. I don't know if I would say that, but I know I've been using this for a very, very long time, and I can't even remember what concealer I was using before this, if there was one. Now I was using this. I've always used this for my under eye, for my chin, my forehead, the bridge of my nose. It's perfect for me, and most of my clients, it's very perfect for them. So yes, it's lightweight. I love it. I have my tweezers here for my lashes, though I hardly apply lashes. Anyways, I hardly apply lashes. I hardly fix lashes. I have my pencil, the pencil I use for my waterline here in my purse, black eye pencil. That's what I would most normally gravitate towards. Then what else do I have here? I have my lash glue here. This, I always use a translucent or transparent lash glue. I don't use the colored one. I have tried using the colored ones back in the day. That's the black ones, and I don't know. Is it that they don't glue as they are not as sticky as this, or I don't know. And then it can be very messy. The black ones can be very messy, in my opinion. But this colorless ones, I prefer that they do the job perfectly. I always use a razor blade to shave my brows. So I have my razor blades here. So with that, we come to the end of this video. That's what I have in my makeup purse or makeup bag. I know that you didn't see eyeshadow here or blush, or what else didn't you see? Lashes. That's because I barely have eyeshadows on. If you've taken note, I barely have eyeshadows on. If you would see me outside and you see me on makeup, I will not even have lashes on. I will always go with my natural lashes, and I will never have eyeshadow on. That's just it. So you'll never catch me with eyeshadow. Blush palette, I don't have a particular blush palette. I will always use my eyeshadow as a blush, but I can do without that, though it's nice because it gives color to your face and warmth to your face, but I can do without it. So the only thing I feel that it's not here, which is very essential, obviously my makeup brushes. I don't keep my makeup brushes in my bag, though makeup brushes normally come with their own pouches, but I don't even go with that. I always like to keep them in the house in an open space where the bristles are out for air to touch them. But if I'm traveling, then I put it into the pouch and I carry it alongside this makeup bag. Okay, with that, I've come to the end of this video. I hope it was insightful. Now you know everything that I have in my makeup purse or my makeup bag. Please, if you have any recommendations on the kind of videos you want to see, please let me know in the comment section, and until I see you next time, bye, lovers, and God bless you.